Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and thank you everybody who had already subscribed and watched my video. So today, because there's the heat wave in Europe and it's extremely hot in some countries, I wanted to make this selection of fragrances that help to combat scorching hot weather. And obviously fragrances they don't really help you to combat hot weather as much as water does, because you have to drink a lot of water. But then if you have to go outside, if you have to step outside and you need this little something something to refresh yourself, fragrances will help. So there are some fragrances in my collection that I can always rely on, and I will start with the one that I, at this very moment, I do not have not even a mini size of it, and I will explain why. So I do have a sample, actually a couple of samples of this fragrance. So this is replica. This is Sailing Day by Maison Margiela. So the reason why I do not own any big size or smaller size of this fragrance is that I used to own 10 ml travel size of this fragrance, and this fragrance was always hit and miss for me. It was never like I would spray it and it would behave the same way every single time. It would behave quite differently every single time on me. So not being able to count on it, not being able to predict how it will be on me, I actually sold my travel size, because sometimes it would pull so salty, and I'm really picky about salty fragrances, that it would be really uncomfortable to me to use it. But having said that, this is an extremely good fragrance, because I've tested it on my friends, and my friends, they seem to like this fragrance very much, because they just don't have any problems with salty fragrances or aldehydes. And this is the fragrance that has salty notes and aldehydes as well. So it has C notes, aldehydes, coriander, red pepper, juniper, iris, rose, seaweed, ambergris, cedar, and amberwood. So it's kind of woody and salty and quite deep fragrance. It says here that it's aquatic deep sea, so it kind of has this saltiness and freshness of the sea, and I like this one, but not always. Sometimes it pulls so salty on me that I can't, and sometimes it's quite nice, and there's this herbal and kind of balsamic notes to it that I quite enjoy, like for example juniper, and I like iris and coriander, and I love those. And then sometimes we have this saltiness and seaweed and ambergris, and then it becomes unbearable to me. So having said that, this is a good fragrance, but mind you, you have to go out and test it. Test it and test it and then test it again, because maybe you will be like me and this fragrance will play its games on you. So but overall this is a good one. Yeah, just keep that in mind. This is a good fragrance. It might not be for everyone, but overall it's a good solid release from the brand. And obviously I will put all the names, all the fragrances down below in the description box, so you don't have to remember anything. So I will start with the fragrance that I have actually recently got in a full bottle, but I used to have samples and I used to really like this one. Now this is a male targeted release, mind you, but it doesn't really matter because I do love the fragrance, and it has salt in it, but it doesn't behave in a weird way on me. It behaves very well and I like it, and it's not so salty on me. So it has some sea salt and ginger and seaweed, vetiver, cedarwood and oak moss. It's kind of very mossy and fluffy, fresh and kind of zesty fragrance. It does have a little bit of saltiness, yes it does, but it doesn't bother me. So overall it's a very fresh and kind of fresh watery scent. It's very beautiful, it's very nice. It might be a little bit male leaning, but I enjoy using these fragrances, and male targeted releases, especially when it comes to this fresher releases, they are just spectacular. And female targeted releases, sometimes they just lack personality and they just not as beautiful and not as refreshing as the male ones. So the next one is the fragrance that I have actually published a video just recently, and I wanted to talk to you about this one as well. So I will link the video down below. So this one is the L'Eau Pure by Kenzo, and there's the whole story about this, that this is a fragrance that is like the aim of this fragrance, when you buy this fragrance, it means that you contribute with your money, like a part of the proceeds goes to the protection of the coral reef, which is very, very good. But anyway, this is a very beautiful fragrance. It's a little bit of zestiness, it's a bit of freshness of the mandarin and lemon, and then we have this aquazone note that is like very aquatic and kind of sea-like, but it's not salty. It's not a very salty fragrance, and also it has some freshness of lavender. It's a beautiful, beautiful release, and this is a unisex release, so I quite enjoy this fragrance. It's not my favorite unisex fragrance. My unisex fragrance favorite one is and will ever be, I think, Calvin Klein 1. I just love this fragrance, but Calvin Klein 1 isn't in this video because I do have one from Calvin Klein, but not the Calvin Klein one. Anyway, and I wanted to talk to you about this one, Le Kenzo, and I know what you're gonna say, that, well, this is such an old release. You know, some fragrances, they are oldie but goodie. This one is quite an old fragrance, and I get it, but it's evergreen. It's very, very good. It's, for me, I just love how beautiful that is, how watery and flowery. It has a lot of flowers inside. It's it's aquatic, it's like watery aquatic, it's not salty, it has some fruitiness to it. It's such a beautiful fragrance. It's like really a thirst quenching fragrance. So yeah, I love this one. This one is fantastic, and trust me, you have to kind of overcome this unwillingness to test the fragrances that are not recent releases, because there's so many beautiful fragrances, just like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. It has been released in 2001, I believe, 2002, maybe 3, I don't know, in the beginning of 2000s, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. It's like, it's 25 years old, right, this fragrance. So it has been released quite a long time ago, but it's still such a beautiful fragrance. And so just overcome yourself and go ahead and try the older releases, because they are fabulous, they are fantastic, fresh and beautiful. Then I have another fragrance, which is such a beautiful fragrance, and as of now it has been discontinued on the official website, but this is the fragrance that you can easily find it on these discount sites or like online. Absolutely, I've been seeing these fragrances all around. So this is Aqua di Gioia, and this is Ocean di Gioia. So this is the kind of oceanic fragrance. For me, it kind of comes out as like a sensation when you come out from the shower and you smell like a very beautiful, expensive shampoo. This is how it smells. It's like fresh and it's clean, and it's just such a beautiful fragrance. And mind you, there's no shampoo, no watery fragrances in this fragrance. It has some pears, green notes and citruses, a white jasmine, lily of the valley, salt, rose, musk, and sandalwood. So we don't have any watery notes. We don't have any notes that would suggest like a soapy or shampooy vibe. But yet, it's such a beautifully refreshing fragrance. It's such an amazing scent. I adore the scent when I have to go outside, when I'm expected at some venue, at I don't know, a birthday of someone, and it's in the middle of summer and it's very, very hot. and it's in the evening, but it's still very, very hot. So I just want on myself a fragrance that is not suffocating and that kind of suggests that I'm just out of the shower a moment ago. Then this is my go-to fragrance. Such an amazing fragrance. It's such a shame that they have discontinued it. It's such a beautiful one. So next one, it's kind of a different fragrance. It's some people refer to it as a nostalgic fragrance. I don't know why it's that. For me, there's nothing nostalgic about this fragrance. So this is Hermes, and this is Jardin après le Mousson. So this is the garden after Mousson rain, right? It's a monsoon, right? Monsoon. So we have some ginger flower, cardamom, pepper, coriander, water notes, citruses, vetiver, floral notes, and white ginger lily. So it's extremely watery, and sometimes I kind of even feel this typical smell of when the rain hits the road, like the rain hits the road, and there's this typical smell that that comes out when the water evaporates. Kind of smell this as well. So it's extremely watery, it's a bit gingery, it's very citrusy, and it's so refreshing. Such a beautiful fragrance, such a wonderful fragrance. And yeah, sometimes, mind you, and I have already told you about this when I made another videos about like fresh fragrances. Sometimes fresh fragrances have a tendency to be headache inducing because of the fact that they're so fresh. There's like over freshness, and it might induce headache in some people. I am myself prone to this headache from the fresh fragrances, not from all fragrances, and not always, but this one, it has such a good opportunity to induce headache in you. So mind this and be careful with this fragrance. This is one of the fragrances that is better to underspray than overspray. But having said that, if you don't have any headache from this fragrance or from Hermes fragrances altogether, this one is a fantastic, zesty, fresh and watery fragrance. It's amazing. So next one is a fragrance that has nothing of, like, it has no watery notes, it has no fresh notes, it's just a lot of notes of flowers and fruits, and also it has some watermelon in it. So I'm talking about an oldie but goodie, yes, again, an oldie but goodie, Laura. And this is, well, this is not Laura, this is Laura. This is Laura Biagiotti by Laura Biagiotti. So this one is such a beautiful fragrance. And this one is a nostalgic fragrance, yes, because it's not a new fragrance at all. This has this vibes of beginning of 2000s, which I love, love, because it was the years that I finished my school, that I started university, that my first acquaintances, like my independent life started. So and I did have this fragrance, and so it brings so many memories. So I have peach here, and watermelon and lychee, green notes, plum, bergamot, Brazilian rosewood, freesia, cyclamen, lily of the valley, violet, orchid, rose, jasmine, musk, vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, amber, and vetiver. It's a mouthful. There's a lot of things in this fragrance, and it's such a beautiful, such a nostalgic fragrance. It's such a fresh fragrance. This is a refreshing fragrance for summer. It gives you this oh my gosh, it's such a good fragrance. It gives you this beautiful flowery vibes and fresh, like kind of green vibes and fruity vibes, and such a beautiful fragrance. And on plus side, this is very inexpensive fragrance, so go ahead and try it. And if you want some freshness but you also don't mind some fruitiness, some floweriness, this one is gonna be for you. Next one is the fragrance by Klein, but this one is Klein CK Everyone. And I chose this one because I don't have a big bottle of this one. I have just a small bottle of this one. It has some orange oil, ginger, watery notes, tea, musk, cedar, amber, and patchouli. So I don't really feel like there's a lot of patchouli. I do feel like there's some zestiness, freshness, and water, a lot of water freshness in this fragrance, plus woodiness. So it almost smells like a bit of a driftwood or in water, like drifting in water. And there's a lot of citruses and mandarins like sprinkled all over this driftwood. Such a beautiful fragrance. This is a refreshing fragrance. This is a fragrance that you can share with your partner, and such a good one. And also it's very, very inexpensive. This one doesn't have a good longevity. I used to have another bottle of this one, and I actually decanted it in a spray bottle, and I believe I finished it in a couple of days, because the longevity of that fragrance, of this fragrance, isn't good. But I mean, what can we do, right? But it's such a refreshing fragrance, and if longevity is not what you want, and for me, longevity in fragrances in summer, especially this kind of watery fragrances, green fragrances, is not a main thing, because I tend to change a lot. I sometimes, if I have to go out in the morning and then in the evening, I would change 2 times. So and I would normally spray on my clothes in summer, so I don't really mind about the longevity of fragrances in summer. So next fragrance is L'Odyssey by Issey Miyake, and this one is again an oldie but goodie. And now I do not have a big size of this one. I used to have it. I don't have it anymore, but this is such a nostalgic fragrance. It's from 1996, I believe. It's such an old fragrance, and it has a lot of flowers again. It has a lot of green notes, and it has some melon in it. So melon and watermelon were the two things that were adding this freshness to the fragrances in late 90s, beginning of 2000s. And we have some lotus, melon, freesia, rose water, some rose, cologne, cyclamen. Cologne is the note that is like this fresh and watery note. Lily of the Valley, lily, water peony, cinnamon, cinnamon, not the cinnamon, I'm sorry, carnation, musk, tuberose, exotic woods, osmanthus, cedar, sandalwood, and amber. So there's a lot of going on, and again, mind you, there's no water notes in it. It's just the freshness of the melon, the freshness of this kind of transparent flowers and green notes, but altogether they do create such a beautiful scent. And also I wanted to talk to you about this one, and I do have a detailed review of this one, and this one is Issey Miyake L'Odyssey Intense version. So this one is the old one from 1996, and this one is the new one from 2025, and I do have a detailed review, and I will link it down below. So this one, it has noticeably less notes, but it's such a fresh fragrance as well, and it's more watery. It's refreshing. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a new take on this older fragrance. It has some saltiness to it, so this one is spectacular as well. And I will finish with the fragrance by Jo Malone, and the fragrance by Jo Malone is called Wild Bluebell. Wild Bluebell, and no, it's just Wild Bluebell cologne. So it has some dewdrop, green leaves, bluebell, clove, persimmon, peach, and musk and powdery notes. And this one is a beautiful fragrance. This one is like pure water with a little bit of fruits, like parts of fruits in this watery something, in this glass of water. And this one is a very beautiful, it's very, very light, it's I do think it's the lightest of them all. So if you suffer from headaches from fresh fragrances, try this one, because this one is very inoffensive. It doesn't last long. It lasts like the least amount of time from every fragrance that I showed you today, but it is the lightest and it's less offensive, and then it has quite a strong note of like this peach, so it's kind of fruity, and then it is a light and watery, like green and refreshing. So you might like this one. So if you're searching for the lightest of them all, the light fragrance, the Bluebell will be your choice. My personal favorite, and I do love all of my fragrances, but my personal fragrance preference for this is this one that is like watery, beautiful, refreshingly shampooing vibe. That is such an amazing scent. Yeah, so let me know what fragrances for summer, for scorching hot weather you like. What are the watery fragrances you like? What are the fragrances for hot weather you have chosen for yourself? And I wish you a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.